particularly about low self-esteem, because that's where I fit in. I know it doesn't make sense. I'm here on stage talking to all of you about having low self-esteem. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me either. But since when did life make sense? Since it's no secret that sometimes your actions are a little different than how you feel. But hear me out. So last summer I went to a leadership camp, and we had something called Fear Night. We talked about little fears like fear of spiders, fear of the dark, fear of clowns. They're pretty scary. And also deeper fears like fear of failure. And I have a feeling that a lot of people can relate to that one. But one thing that one of the counselors told me that really stuck in my mind was to tell ourselves that I am enough. Can you say that to yourself and believe it 100%? I couldn't. I still can't. But when I heard that, I realized that this is what I've been searching for. This is what I want to attain. And I don't think it means I'm enough, I'm at the peak of my existence, nothing can be better than this. I think it means that I'm enough for right here, right now. And I am enough, I have the ability to get to where I want to be. And it's hard to truly conquer. I know, I'm not there yet either. But there are a lot of little stressors in everyone's lives that make it hard. Like, school stresses me out. Driving stresses me out. Do you know how hard it is to reverse park? It's ridiculous. But it's called well-rounded, not perfectly round for a reason. If you were perfectly round, you'd be a Gary Stu or a Mary Sue. The one that saves the world from an impending apocalypse while still getting the love of their life. They're the ones that are born with amazing martial arts ability and just defeat a whole horde of ninjas without unscathed. No one's like that. Who are you? Who do you think you are? Me and all the regular people, we're like that. A little rough around the edges, and I'm gonna call them dimples. You'll see why. You see, dimples, they're the little imperfections. But that's more interesting that way. My dimples, they include driving. Well, we're being honest here. I've cried after a bad driving day. Not while driving, I'm not that dangerous. Clumsiness. I'm the person that bends down to pick up something and hits my head on the table on the way up. I know you know what I'm talking about. And artistic ability. Freehand circle on Microsoft Paint. But dimples are great. Dimples make golf balls fly further. True story. If you didn't have any flaws, do you think you'd have any motivation to improve? No. Gary Stu, Mary Sue, they're just perfect all the time. They're boring. Dimples people, they have interesting bounce patterns. See, Gary Stu and Mary Sue, they just go up and down. You throw them as hard as you can at the ground and they just pop back up. It's boring reading a book about them because you know they'll win. Now, interesting people, they bounce around. They get to go to meet cool people. They get to collect amazing stories. They get to feel the highs and the lows of life. And that's what makes you an interesting person. That's what makes you enough. And if you still don't believe me, you don't believe that dimples are amazing? Dimples are cute. Like real life dimples. People want dimples. I've been told to smile just to see this one single dimple on my face. Dimples are cute. So accept your dimples and move on. I was in math class and I had this problem that I couldn't solve and it was really frustrating. So I called my teacher over and he just pointed out a simple arithmetic error that I added on or something. But I just crumbled. How did I make such a silly mistake? And then I started crying silently because it's embarrassing to cry in public. The secret's out now. But I was just so angry that I made a silly mistake, angry that I was crying over a silly mistake, angry that I couldn't stop crying over this silly mistake. So my teacher noticed, and he told me to go get a drink and come back to him at lunch. And I did. And what he told me then, I think it's absolutely true, and it was very inspiring. He told me that the world out there, they will tear you up without your help. Your future professors, your employers, your colleagues, they will tell you you're not good enough. So if you don't recognize your strengths, then no one will. Yes, people have helped me along the way, that counselor, that teacher, but ultimately, I have to be the one taking the steps. Actually, this speech is one of my steps. I'm not saying that to conquer your self-esteem, you have to talk in front of an audience of hundreds of people. No, that's crazy talk. But I'm saying that you need to be the one to say, I'm not stupid, I'm not silly, I'm just me, and that's enough. So I want you to remember 3 things. Dimples are cute. Only you have the power to change yourself, and you are enough. Thank you.